Hi, I'm Charlotte Peterson, and this is my website. So, first we have the Meet the Teacher with just a little bit about me from Seattle, go to LSU. There's some things about my personal and professional circles. I really enjoy volunteer work, and I'm currently at LSU. And then we went through the ISTE Standards of Education, made a pamphlet about all that you need for it and some ways you could incorporate them into your classroom. And then we have technology models. For this, I used ChatGPT to design this, and then Padlet for my own educational philosophy and some other valuable information. Future ready skills, here I define them and have a couple quotes and describe why I think those quotes are important. We learned about podcasts. I think podcasts are really interesting, especially for education, for auditory learners and people who might want to go back and re-listen to things. Here I have just a little bit about podcasting. Mobile apps are really important and I think really cool for especially younger students, especially just to get into technology. Equity Maps was one that I looked at, which was it allows you to just visualize things in the classroom, but then it tracks how long people are speaking, and I think that could be very resourceful for all grade levels. Gamification, I have some key points, a little teacher practice, independent things, and then a Kahoot you could do. With digital storytelling, I created a story about the Great Seattle Fire. I think digital storytelling is super awesome because it'll keep the students engaged, but also it's something for visual and auditory learners. And it's like you made a little mini movie. So I put my own story here, and then you can also watch it on YouTube. And I posted a slideshow of just some of the key points that helped me create the story. Digital images, these are just, a little welcome about me, some things from my classroom, and I think it's really important, especially for information on the Creative Commons, that you're not getting into any issues with copyright. You use Creative Commons to have free licenses, and teaching also your students about this too really helps with digital safety and everything. Here's a little Wakelet we made just about keeping your student records and privacy matters. These are just some of the digital images I made in the class. Digital assessments. I analyzed one test and the Excel spreadsheet for it, which is you can see down here. I created my own Google Forms exit ticket for a second grade history class that you have to answer all my questions. This one's MLK, just to give it away. I also created an ed puzzle, which is a great way to make digital assessments. And the students basically watch the video, and then along the video, they have to answer questions in order to keep finishing it. Now, data and privacy is really important, both for the teacher and the students, to keep all of the students' records and personal information fully locked up. Nobody can have it. And it also depends on the digital apps you use and what they can access. And it's also really important for cyberbullying because as we get further into a digital age, that gets more and more prevalent. I am an Apple certified teacher, and that concludes my website. Thank you so much. I also wanted to add just my own favorite parts. I think my favorite thing that I learned about and that is on my website is the digital storytelling. I think that would be a really useful tool in the classroom in order to keep all the students engaged. And I would definitely use that in my future classrooms, as well as Ed Puzzles as a tool for digital assessments.